Ooh, looking good. Dan here, the Speed Shop Camaro edition. We've been putting a pile of work in this thing last few days, and there's no point in stopping now. So a motor in it is just phenomenal. Now we're missing some bits and pieces and parts, and we gotta look around and see what we can do to make it all go together. But the big hurdle in my mind, oh, washer in there, is in. Honestly, up until this point, things have gone pretty good. Transmission was a bit of a bear to get in, and I had the wrong bolts for motor mount bolts, a little short, and it was a little goofy getting in there, but I think we're okay, and it looks like everything is kind of fitting. I think the linkage and all that, everything will be okay. The only concern now, headers and Z-bar stuff, but let's be honest, it's a 67 Camaro that came with small blocks, that came as stick shift cars, and a day one or day two modification was headers. So it should be okay. In my mind, I do still want to try some fender wells on there, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it or not. I might just put the regular chassis headers in there. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? Oh, putting it back together. So where I left it, we have to fix this core support. It's got a little bit of rot right up top there. Not really too bad, but definitely I want to get taken care of. And I was thinking I might just go ahead and bolt it all together and then work on it on the car maybe. Maybe that's a dumb idea. The problem is I'm using my table as a fender stand, which is really not conducive for moving it and getting the welder out. So that was also dumb. But I'd like to get that taken care of. We can get that in, bolted down. Actually, we got to get some hardware for that. Now I think about it, I got to run and get bolts for that too. Man, really back and forth to the hardware store. Get that taken care of. Front clip on. I think we're gonna leave the hood off for the next, just a short amount of time, because we can get that all taken care of. I'd like to get under the hood a little further. So I do have a radiator I'd like to test fit. I do have the brake system. I'd like to put that and test fit that. I'd like to get the headers on, get those in. Really after that, we can kind of deal with whatever we got to deal with once it's all together. But the hood being off is good. Put the distributor in. I mean, there's lots of room. I don't think I need the hood off for that, honestly. Small block Chevys, I know I'm a big block guy, but small block Chevys just fit so easy. Like, it's just comical how easy they fit. We'll get that taken care of. The only thing this thing is really missing, unfortunately, I mean, the firewall's beat up. It's beat to crap. But we're missing the HVAC stuff. I was going to put an electric heater in this thing, so that's still going to be the plan. But down the road, if anybody ever wants to, you can upgrade and change that. And I don't know if I have inner tubs. I might have some. I don't quite remember. But those can also go on pretty much any time. So yeah, let's get this thing bolted together and start working. I don't know what I should do. I should hang the fenders on, maybe just from the back. I don't want to scratch the paint. And they do need a little bit of support up front. Or maybe I can just sneak the welder out if I'm real careful. We'll try doing that maybe and get to work on that. So let's get set up. See if we can get this thing dialed together, and well, I've got to paint it too. There's all sorts of work to do on this thing. So we're back at it. I did cheat a little bit. I went and heated up this, it's probably still hot, the hood adjuster limiter thing. So what this is, it's actually 2 layers. It's got a little inside, which is threaded, and outside is kind of nice piece for aesthetic purposes. And the bottom piece is still good. So if I just kind of cut it off, peel it off, trace it, and make another one, I don't want to lose this, but I also don't want to burn myself. Let's put it on the plastic table, see what happens. No, it's not smoking. So we'll cut that out. I'll put another piece over it, weld it all in, grind it, be done. On the flip side, there's a little bit at the bottom, which is not ideal here. But honestly, I think I just wire wheel it. Yeah, it's just kind of crusty. We'll call it a day. But yeah, this is the piece at the top. We're going to be taking out section at the top there, and it does roll over into here. So we'll cut that out, make another one, weld it back in. The camera died while I was building this thing, but I painted it. We'll just see. Still a little, ugh, that's unfortunate. Kind of tacky, but all up in here, this whole section, I just built that out real quick. You know, you can clean it, make it a little nicer, but it's fine. If you're all, let this dry overnight, we put it in, I'll scuff this and just shoot. One more little bit there. Not that you're really gonna see the front a whole lot. Chance to see the back. So that's that. I think what I want to do next is, well, that was drying. I actually bench bled the master cylinder. I think I want to put a master on, put the headers on, and yeah, I don't know if I'll put that on or not. Let's see how motivated we get. It's already kind of late. Danny's ready for bed. It's tired time.
Early.
So I want to get the headers in just to see what our conundrum is going to be. But actually, there's a lot of stuff that worked our way. So I don't quite understand how this goes on. It might just bolt on. This is that lever for the Z-bar for the clutch. So there's 3 holes, pre-drilled holes here. I don't know if they're threaded or not, but you can see it's in the same shape. So that's where that's going to go. But I don't quite understand. The steering box is for sure in the way if that's where that goes. So that doesn't make any sense. I don't know if it goes on the outside or the inside. I don't know. I feel like this might be a welded on piece, but we'll figure that out. But right now, I think I have a set of thick boy header gaskets for a small block Chevrolet. So if we can use those. You never know. Oh, look at all these freaking gaskets. Come on. What? Okay, there we go. Put these back later, but this is, oh, these are junk actually. Performance World brand. They're cheap. I like the ones that are, I think they're Remflex. Whatever, they all work the same. But they have little cutouts so that they fit better. Oh, this is a real tight one. You know what these headers look like. Hopefully they're the same. Beggars can't be choosers. They're not quite. Well, these are kind of more oval port, but they'll work. I guess this thing also came with exhaust gaskets, but 9 times out of 10, where did I put the gaskets that come with headers are usually on the cheaper side. Oh, actually, you know what? These don't look that bad. I got a bunch more.
I know they don't look that bad.
Well, they're not super thick or whatever. Like these ones are definitely kind of one extra layer. Well, there's not even that much more. But what I like about these ones is there's more meat around where the bolt is. These are real tight. And these are like oval jobs, and these are circular. So we'll use the ones in the pack, I guess. So first things first, I gotta get all the hardware, and we'll see if we can get the headers in. Because headers going in right now will be 1,000 times easier. Hopefully they'll go in from the top, if we're lucky. A lot of times they gotta go in from the bottom, which is kind of lame. But we can just see actually if it'll fit right quick before we have to do too much screwing around. If we pull the spark plugs, we might be able to make it happen. Otherwise, they're probably going to come in from the bottom. Those angle plugs they might be screwing a guy. Okay, let's get a couple tools, and we'll be back ASAP. Driver's side, pain in the ass. Plugs out, we have to jack it up. Snuck around from the bottom, but actually it works out okay once it was in there. Passenger side, I'm assuming, is going to have miles of room. So, story of my life. The only thing that's a pain with these gaskets is they don't have a little, kind of the aftermarket ones, I guess, or whatever. They have a little hook in them, which makes your life just a scotch easier, as far as I'm concerned, to get her has started. You actually put the header on and then slip the gasket in. These headers, small block Chevy headers, are some of the worst, I will admit. Mortsky is correct in a lot of ways. Big blocks are so much better. But the small blocks, the tubes endlessly go in the wrong spot, and you have to kind of start them. This side actually doesn't look too bad, but this back pipe, you gotta start it first. Ugh.
You want to look back at me for a second?
What?
Look at the camera?
Oh,
Thank you.
hey, you're welcome. You know, I'm just here for you. So see if we can jam these in. But these ones, unfortunately, behind the pipe, hard to get a ratchet on, which is a pain. So we'll go ahead and get the ones we can, get it started. And I'm missing, no, I got it. So I couldn't find a 7/16 shorty, so I just cut one in half out of frustration, lack of patience. I'm having a bit of a fit today. Not every day can be a winner. Some days you gotta get frustrated. And headers will do that to a guy. Like, why is this one not going in? You know, the very last bolt just doesn't want to go in. Okay, there we go. So we got those dialed. That's pretty slick. I'm happy with that. Something else I thought we should do. Well, it was all apart while I was on that side.
The Z-bar?
Maybe it was a Z-bar. I thought it was something else, actually. The Z-bar should go okay. I don't foresee a whole lot of issues. It's all kind of no big deal. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a Z-bar. No, there was something else. It'll come to me. I'll finish getting this header on. Then we'll get set up. I don't have the proper bolts, but I'd like to put the core support on, then we can hang fenders. Oh, I gotta modify the fender. That's what it was. I cheated on the one, and I'm gonna cheat on this side too, because the bolt in here to get is an absolute nightmare. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a little slot in the fender where it joins, and I'll put a bolt in there to start, just so it's a thousand times easier than trying to jam your big fat fingers in there. Get her started, because that'll never, ever work. So we'll be back when we're chopping up brand new fenders. Okay, so while we're at it, we're going to set the Z-bar up and probably do the master at the same time, just because it's easy to get in. So this has to fit in that way based on the instructions. So I gotta hook that up to the pedal real quick. It has to go out on the pedal and then in on the thing. So the pedal just has a little mark on it. I don't know if we'll be able to see anything, but ouch. Squeak, 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 squeak. Okay. Got that just kind of in there. So now, actually it comes with these little clips. The only thing is the Z-bar is supposed to have, I believe, a grease zerk, and it didn't come with one in the kit. So you'd screw one in there and put grease in it. So I'm gonna put a little white lithium in for right now, but it's a bit of a hassle. So now, this here will go on that little ball end. So that's that. This goes here. I guess these are the clips they give you. Don't really seem like they do anything. We might just cotter pin that. Okay, so that's close to the steering. But I guess that's why it has that little bend in it, yeah. So, okay, that'll work. I came off the pedal. We'll have to get some cotter pins. But I don't think this, it's got these little holes, but I don't think it's going to line up with what I want here. Oh, now I buggered it against the pedal. So if we get this spinny. Ouch. Yeah. kind of has to be something like that. And there's a, oh, maybe there is here. That makes, no, does that make sense? It just has to be kind of level across and everything, so we can just weld that on. And that should work okay-ish. And then there's, you just put a nut on the end and it kind of holds it. It's a bit of a crude setup. I remember it being better on the Manitoba, but yeah, that's in there. And then that's right in line with the little bar, so that'll do it. I'm gonna go grab some cotter pins and we'll just cotter pin the rod in, but it's gonna clear steering. And then we'll take this off, we'll grind around here, and we'll just we'll weld it on. It'll be permanent. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Why bolt it when you can weld it, eh? Whale and wire, words to live by. So, basically got her dialed together here. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. There was one broken stud in the frame and I'm just too lazy to deal with it. Also, it's just like they're tapped in the frame, that's it, so a couple of welds won't hurt. So this goes on there, I'm just gonna buzz it front and back, just a couple of tacks. We have it all hooked up. It is hooked up to the pedal. Now you can see here, so this would be the pedal all the way up, and then, no, sorry, that's pedal all the way up, and then as it comes down, it does that. So you can see that bar moving, and as it does that, there'll be a piece, which I actually have the kit, I can show you. It's this right here, which is an adjustable rod. So we'll put this together. But this is going to go in that little arm that was swinging back and forth, and it'll just do that, so you can adjust it in and out and then jam nut it, just like a brake push rod, and that's it. Then you'll put a spring on it just to kind of hold it forward. But that's pretty much, actually has, this is the big thing. I think this goes on, the spring goes to it and it pulls it back, or I don't know. We'll figure it out, but for right now, we'll go ahead and semi-permanently attach this. Is there anywhere I ground through that I can ground this on without it being an absolute nightmare? No, that's not going to be my friend. Hang on. We'll touch that up with a little bit of trim clad right quick. Okay. 2 easy tacks. Yeah. It was a little aggressive. Now I have seen, oh, I missed this one, holy. I've seen many of these Tri-5s, I think they are welded on right from the get, but this is irrelevant. Even if you decide to switch back to an automatic and left this on there, you'd be fine. It doesn't get in the way of anything. Okay, so that's good. Let's get the master. I got it on the vise. Gotta get some nuts for it. So that should just go. Oh, it has a plunger in it, which I put in assuming it would need it, but it doesn't. And of course now, it's gonna be a disaster to get out. Okay, well, shoot. See if the Leatherman will save me. Come on. Oh. Come on, Leatherman. Don't let a guy down. It's letting me down. And of course, it's full of fluid. Okay. I gotta reset, get some hardware, pull a spacer out. Stupid spacer. Okay, I had to take. This thing actually was a power brake kit, but I'm not gonna use the power brakes because it's going to be a fiasco to put together. Those boosters are handy on something else. So I had this plunger in there, which I guess it don't need on the manual brakes, I think anyways. We're not gonna throw it away. It's handy to have. But this should go on just like that. Don't lose the nut. Okay. Get that on there. Perfect. This thing is a car. Now we can plumb the brakes. I wonder if I should run the brakes before I put the fenders on. Bit of a hassle, but honestly I just want to see it with the fenders on and the motor in it for my own sick and twisted brain. Look at that, it's got a motor, it's got a transmission, it's got a rear end, it's got brakes, it's got a master cylinder. Actually, this has, now that I think about it, all the little bits and pieces we need. We should probably put this on. So this deal has the proportioning valve with a bracket, I think. So we'll have to see. What is this? Oh, I see how it goes. So what it does is it goes like that. Oh yeah, I was worried it wasn't going to clear the rod. I just had a wrench. I'm going to play that video back and see where I put it.
Put it on the table, put it in your pocket, put it on the ground.
I need I'm telling you, we need to sew those things that have just wrenches hanging from them, like your gloves. Like a 9/16 and a 1/2 inch would save me, I don't know how many hours a year. You know when they do those stats of you spend this many hours in traffic. I don't even know how many hours I spend looking for a 9/16 wrench.
There's 6 on top of the microwave, so I bought you a whole bunch.
They are my favorite wrench. I don't even know how many I have. I must have 20 or some ridiculous number like that, but okay, so if we put this on, and this is my least favorite one. It's so bulky. I'm pretty sure this, oh, I wonder if that goes the other way. I think I have that on upside down. That's the other thing with this stuff, but nothing has instructions. Yeah, because that has to go. So as I said, you want to make sure you put this on the right way.
Just upside down first and then the right
Hey,
way.
you know what? I can't go that way. What is this? It has to go like that. This has to go backwards. So it goes like that. Nope, this has to go up. I did have it the right way. Yeah. It just seems like a goofy way of doing it, but hey, what do I know? Usually I weld these things on. Tri-5 Chevys. That's the problem with, the awesomeness of a Fender well header is you can't use any of the factory kit stuff. This shockingly fits together pretty good. Who'd have thought buying something stock? And maybe those stock guys they figured it all out. Why is this tight? Why is this tight? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and suffer on my own for a minute here and we'll see why I have so much struggle in my life. Oh, I see. There's a bottom. There's a bolt in the bottom. Oh, why can't anything be easy?
Didn't you just say that it was all going together easy?
I jinxed myself. Instant regret. All right, well, we gotta zip a bolt off here real quick and then we'll be back at it. Perfect. The 87th time you do it.
The protective glove really did its job.
Well, I didn't want any sparks in the brake system. And the cap was on the workbench, so I sacrificed my own my own hands to keep this car safe, you know, and let's be honest, that's, you know me, I almost care too much sometimes.
Truly.
So now this should just pop together. Like that. And we're mid. Just gotta run some brake lines. And actually it comes with the little short curly cues, which is pretty handy. I'm gonna have the right size. Mint. Yeah, that's all together. So now, how much we should tighten that? I guess until it's tight. I wonder if there should be a lock nut on that. Guess we'll find out. Worst case, it falls off, we lose the clutch. You only need clutch for changing gears, not for driving.
As long as you got brakes.
Oh, I went in there. Yeah, we got brakes. Oh yeah, these are the little curly cues, so they'll go from there to there and there to there. Well, we're ready for that, but in the meantime, we'll just have these set high. We'll put the cap on, keep the junk out of it. We don't want it leaking. That was pretty good. I don't know. Unfortunately, I painted this thing with that POR. We'll just kind of.
Like it never happened.
Yeah, once we drive it around the snow once, it'll be patinaed in nicely. So it's a new day. Yesterday was stress.com. So I came up this morning, well, you know, just kind of screwing around a little bit. I ran some front brake lines, nothing too serious. Actually, I ran front brake lines, then I went next door looking for something, and the kit I had purchased came with pre-bent brake lines. So we'll put those on another Camaro in the future. And I thought I actually lost the front flex line, but I think I found them. I think that's what these are. They must be, because the other car has the brakes working. It's the only one that doesn't have brakes, so they're basically just a hard line there. I got to run a flex line to the caliper. That's done, and then all we do is run a brake line to the back. I don't know what it has in the back. If I got to plumb something, but that's that. I ran out this morning. I got some hardware so we can put this thing in, and I started putting the spark plugs back in. I will say these angle plugs are great and terrible at the same time. So very typical for small block Chevy, the spark plugs come straight out. So at the back here's a nightmare, and then this one's kind of a nightmare, but now we have this one. I can't even fit my finger between the pipe and the plug. So we'll have to bash that so that we do that right quick. So that's a hassle. I can't even get a socket on it, so it's a wrench deal. If I can get the wrench in there now that the camera's on, is embarrassing. Nope. I think I got it. So this header is actually has a little relief in it. We have to go ahead and
Relieve it a little more.
it needs extra relief. So we'll grab the tool. This will probably work. Brand new. It's not really working very well. I may have to take it right off, or we'll just do this. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. It'd be embarrassing. Getting there. Might need just a scotch more smashing. Ow, this thing's in the way. Okay. I want to do that before I put the fenders and all that on, just because it's so easy to stand right here. Am I having an issue here? What do I do? Danielle?
I don't know.
Sometimes threading just isn't my, oh, there we go. Nope.
You want my little hands to do it?
So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put the core support on now. You're missing all this action. You get in there?
Yeah.
Is it mint? No. Oh, I beat the exact wrong spot. So we'll get to that later, like I said. You wanna hold this? Gentle, don't watch the hammer. So I went out and bought, this is just 1/2-inch hardware, which I put where? Oh yes. Over here, I think. So, they're really doing good with the film in there. So these are kind of cheapy mounts, I'm not gonna lie. The hard plastic ones are kind of nicer.
We gotta switch hands. Can you hold this for a second?
Seriously?
Well, I'm also filming and trying to catch your action, and you keep moving.
Catching all the action. So all it is the rubber mount on top, a rubber mount on the bottom, and then that goes right to the subframe. Okay, that should be long enough. And I just got, unfortunately, they didn't have any 1/2-inch fender washers, so we're gonna stack a couple of washers just to grab it nice. Just gonna go your waist a little. Now we're gonna put these on pretty loosey-goosey. I don't gotta be in every shot. You can just show your fancy footwork, your fancy feet. What is that? Nobody knows? Like,
I'm feeling a lot of judgment from you right now.
who approved hair and makeup on that today?
I just got out of the shower.
I see that.
My hair is still wet.
Yeah, you got smart guy face. Okay, hang on. Oh, there's a bunch of miscellaneous nuts and bolts in here. Okay. So we got that one in. Now this one, I do want to give her a quick repaint there, but
Everybody's getting a really good shot of my tattoo today.
of your weed tattoo?
It's wheat!
Oh, that's what it is. Wheat.
'Cause I'm
Okay.
a prairie girl and I like carbs.
Good for you. Okay, so that's in. That should be able to hold itself. I'm just gonna go ahead and scuff this right quick and give it a quick shot of paint. We'll let that flash off, and then fender's on.
Well, do you want to rebash that while it's bashable?
I guess so.
I realize it's annoying, but like, here, I'll get it out for you.
That's what she said.
This is a family show.
I know. I don't like the bashing is it hurts my ear balls.
So do you want me to do it?
No, just I'll wear a little PPE and then maybe I can do this instead. Think it's accomplishing anything? Oh yeah, that was a good one. Oh yeah. Right on the cusp there. I think I'm nailing it, but hang on, we'll go to like 17 more. The other thing we can do is smash two hammers together, which you're never supposed to do. But it'll give it a...
Why aren't you supposed to do that?
I think they explode.
What?
Might be a Mythbusters thing, I'm not too sure. Didn't blow up.
That's the thumbnail.
Thread her in. What's that?
Smashing one hammer with another hammer.
Well, people do it all the time. It's not like I invented it. There was plenty of dim-witted people before me, and there'll be plenty after.
You're really obsessed with the guy that called you dim-witted.
It was mean. Yeah. We'll wrap that one in some header tape. It'll be fine. Okay. What am I going to do? I had to go with the other guys.
Fenders? Paint, scuff, wire reel.
Oh, yeah. Let's get some hardware, and we'll come right back. You swept it all up there. We're good. Okay. So,
I'd like a disclaimer that again, I just got out of the shower. Or do you need my help?
whoops. You might just have to hold some stuff. All good noises. Okay, that actually went okay. So just hold that for a second there. We'll put a couple of bolts in the front. Then we're gonna have to get, actually I had a whole big shim kit. Where did I put it? I was cleaning up. You're in my way.
No, you wanted me to hold it.
And you were doing this.
Well, because it didn't need to be held.
Yeah, I ordered a whole shim kit.
You want me to hold this?
And yeah, I don't know where I put it because I was jamming washers in there, which is a friggin' disaster for trying to make anything work. Oh, this core support came out pretty good considering I just butchered it all together. So we'll go ahead and, this is caught on. I'll just kind of gently hold itself. This car looks cool. I mean, I know I am a little biased because I do own it, but it's pretty cool. Danielle,
Yes.
I said it's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Hold these. These bolts.
It's not as funny unless it's the nuts.
I know. Okay, scoozy. This Fender. I was talking about emotionally.
Your way.
This is where, like, you know, the big guys, GF and all that spend the amount of tape they use and hours they spend assembling. Not here. Not here. I prefer the one and, whoops, the one and done method. Hang on, I'm just gonna put a bolt in there. Plus scratches are just patina. That's how patina starts, is with a quick scratch. Now fire those in. Wow, it really looks like a badass car now. Oh, you got this plugged in.
Yeah, it's dying.
Look at that. Okay, so I'll do a little adjustment on the fenders to the door, which actually isn't terrible. Has to go back a little, but overall okay. We'll hammer that down, so we gotta get some shims that go in there. You can use washers, but the nice thing with the shims is you can kind of get it where you want, and they just slide in. So you don't got a washer, you have to take the bolt right out, which is a hassle. So this one has to go down. Honestly, I fluked it. So really, if I just hammer that down with a couple of shims, this fender will be fine. Door opens and closes, no problemos. Honestly, the fenders fit pretty dang on good. If I can just squeeze this in here. This goes this way, right? Yeah.
The work shirt covers your butt crack real nice.
Yeah, it is quite nice. It's
Made for the tall gentleman.
yes, the tall gentleman with a. You know, butt crack gets a bad rep. Hard workers understand. It's just the way she goes sometimes. Man, this actually fits me in. Like, the fenders are properly spaced and everything.
It really flipped that.
What do you mean? I built the entire car with a tape measure on the workbench.
All of us know that is all.
Well, I might have stretched the truth. A lie is a hard word.
Honestly, I think old Killer Customs would be proud.
Oh yeah. JF always, he texts me, love what you're doing, man.
Good job, little buddy.
I'm like, what are you lying? He's trying to do your good deed for the day? Don't try and lie to me. Okay, that's not bad. Honestly, these all just freaking line right up. It's amazing. So you should be able to zing this. I don't even think I ever had this on tight. It's just all loose. That bolt went goofy. Ouch. That's hard on my ears.
on all of our ears.
Sorry, guys. I mean, honestly, if you're not wearing ear protection, ooh, that's on you. Oh, I'm sitting down, need the other piece.
What piece?
The piece that's right there on the table.
Well, hold this then.
Well, do what? Oh, we didn't paint this. Oh, maybe it'll get hidden by this piece. We won't have to paint it. We won't have to paint it. The old switcheroo, or are you going to put it in there?
I'll put it in. What do I do?
Oh, you almost hit me in the face. We just have to go and see these holes there. Yeah. Oh, this one needs nuts. Hold this again. Let me just put these in here. This will just kind of hold it in place. And then we'll have to get some. You're in my way now.
Well, I'm holding it.
Go on the other side. No, like that side. Thank you. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, I only have one hand.
Why?
Because I'm holding a camera.
What did you learn in film school? Didn't they tell you how to do this?
I didn't go to film school.
It shows. My favorite part is giving you a hard time when you're holding something because you can't get back at me. Okay, I'll get some nuts. We'll go ahead and lig this real quick. And actually, while I'm getting the nuts, I have a radiator for it. We'll just test fit that. It is a Camaro rad, so it should just bolt right in. I'm hoping to the existing holes. And if that's the case, that's what I'm doing for today. Because I get to take a break and do a bunch of welding, which I've been putting off. Okay. Okay. I gave that Core Sports quick spritz. So that's the radiator I bought a while ago.
A year ago.
A year ago. And I'm pretty sure that section is dog pee. You know me, store it properly. Well, there's leaves in it. Now this, as I recall, was still in good shape.
I'm shocked that's still in good shape.
Why?
Well, I had no squirrels on in it or anything.
Yeah, it was only a year. Oh, I need you to pass me the hardware. I thought it would sit on something. So this is a big block Camaro radiator. So I'm hoping.
Why would you just paint that and then have to work
I
on it?
painted the top and it screwed itself up. Like it went all gibbled too. Like, just garbage. Whatever. I'll repaint it later. Or not. Let's put a couple of these. Oh, this one has nut and bolt. Okay, I need another one. But
You keep missing on the nuts today.
oh, maybe I did this all wrong, and it just needs. I don't know. Yeah, that's right. That's weird.
What?
Well, one of them, like when you put I think the rad's in the right spot. The motor's really set back from it. Well, I guess we have.
You'll have a fan and an alternator and all that stuff.
Yeah, but that'll all be kind of further back. But whatever. Anyways, we'll just put a couple of temporary hold'ems, just so it can't fall out. And then this is, oh, no, that's a bigger one. Where'd it go?
I don't know. Phil.
Daniela,
Oh, it's right there.
you want to grab it?
I can't reach it.
So anyways, we'll do that later. It's not going anywhere. I'm done. I need a break. The car looks good. I mean, at this point now, I think it's, you're showing me, not the car. I want to show the car off. So there you go. It's all back together. A bit of a gap in the fender, but not terrible. Yeah, so we'll mount that radiator a little bit more properly. We do have to change the intake manifold to give this one back, but I got to get gaskets and stuff. I ordered water pump for it. I got to go through for pulleys and stuff. I don't know what I have for an alternator, all those things. I'd like to have a whole front dress on this thing. Obviously, we're going to run it. But that should be good. The brakes, the front are plumbed. I got to run a back brake line. Clutch should work. I mean, we have lots of little stuff, obviously. Installing the rods, installing all that crap. But I think the next thing I'm going to do, we've had a lot of fun in the last 4 or 5 videos. I have to finish the welding of the floor pan. So I think that's what I'm going to force myself to do later today. Next video will be welding in the floor pan and then putting in that sound deadening crap, which is a terrible job. I hate doing that. But that'll be next. We'll get that taken care of. Then this thing can probably be pushed outside. We'll clean up a little bit. We'll move the hoist over. We can lift it up. We can do exhaust, plumbing of fuel and brake lines. Yeah, I mean, test fire the motor, get it all kind of rolled over where we want it. I got to get spark plug wires. I got to get all sorts of stuff yet, but realistically, I mean, I think in a week from now, if everything kind of goes okay, we should be able to run it. I have to do a full wiring harness for it. Like, this is the old, well, I'm really happy, and then you realize there's so much more work to do. But that's where we're leaving it. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all the videos, because Danny enjoys filming them.
Visit ddspshop.ca.
Oh yeah, .ca. We'll see you on the next one.